My name is Matt. I'm with URBAN-ERT. This is the Urban Century Hybrid Sling. It's currently configured as a 2-point, however it can be reconfigured into a 1-point sling. It takes about 45 seconds to a minute once you get the hang of it. Benefits of our sling is its 2-inch wide body is going to afford a lot more comfort over duration of carry. It's going to have a pouch attaching ladder system sewn directly to it. What this is for is primarily our weapons catch, but you can also attach a small pouch of quick clot, little weapons accessory kit. It's got the elastic to absorb some of the shock and expansion of your chest, however it's not like some of the bungee slings that can possibly strike you in the face. It's got the cinch strap, which allows you to cinch it down rapidly, and it's also got a breakaway to break away from the system altogether. The sling is rated about 250 to 300 pound shock load. It's got ITW Gilly-Tex IR reducing hardware. All the webbing is MIL-SPEC and sewn in Indiana. Benefit of this sling is it has the ability to be reconfigured from a 2-point to a 1-point, and these locking speed tabs here prevent the sling from coming undone when you don't want the actual sling to come undone. So I'm going to show you on the weapon. Depending on what weapon it is, will determine which adapters you get. Currently I have 2 webbing adapters on the front and a positive retention wrap on the rear. Simply plug the sling into the weapon. Don the sling, cinch it down, keep it up tight to your body. Bring it around behind you, just stow it behind you. One problem with 2 points is they want to tend to migrate around, so you have to keep it in behind you. If you're going to take somebody into custody and you have to actually go, if you're for law enforcement, take somebody into custody, you have to actually go for the weapon or stow the weapon behind you. If you guys are struggling, the weapon might come into play, you have to fight for the weapon. To deploy the weapon, you're going to turn this perpendicular, which is the snapdragon, pop it out, deploy it. Makes a nice stable platform, so it is good for precision shooting. You can cinch it in or out wherever you want it until you get a nice tight fit. To cross shoulder transition, you would simply drop your arm out, rapidly transfer it to the opposite side, and articulate the weapon around obstacles. Bring it back in your strong shoulder and drop your arm back in. Now, the sling can also be reconfigured into a dedicated single point. To do that, you're going to take these speed tabs. You're going to push the webbing through, just enough to get the little tab through. This disassembles just like the chin strap on a motorcycle helmet. You're going to put the cinch strap on the non-elastic shoulder side, and the reason you do that is so the elastic is never on your shoulder, bouncing up and down, chafing your neck, or possibly causing the weapon to strike your face. Feed the webbing through the 2 loops, back over. Make sure that little locking tab is pulled out. Now, depending on if you're left hand or right hand, the sling can be dedicated single point left hand. All you're going to do is look at the front of the sling and point the MIL buckle to the left for a left hand shooter. Point the MIL buckle to the right for a right hand shooter. So this dedicates the sling for a single point left hand or right hand. Benefit to law enforcement agencies is military. They just buy one sling. They can get a 2-point, a 1-point, a left hand, and a right hand sling. You're going to take a sling, you're going to point it, the female buckle down towards you, hold the cinch strap in your dominant hand, the sling body in your reaction side, put it over, cinch it down nice and tight. Pick up the weapon, plug it in. Now, it's going to maintain the weapon centrally located on your chest. You don't have to worry about the actual sling popping off to the side. If you prefer it to, you can actually just let it loose and then have it go to the offhand side. But primarily, the sling cinch strap is designed to keep it centrally located, so you just roll it up. You don't have to actually worry about going down and locating. You just basically find it. It's consistently in the same spot. Bring it, cross shoulder transition to articulate the weapon around multiple threat zones. You don't have to worry about the actual weapon getting in the way of the sling. The front adapter is primarily for 2-point use, but it can be a dual purpose. Simply plug the front adapter into a weapons catch belt adapter, so it secures it to your offhand side. You can also install the same type of belt adapter on the sling, on the PALS webbing, which attaches the weapon to the front, which hangs it nice and center, just like a 2-point. Pop it out. You can also uncinch it, bring it around behind you, plug it in so it secures it to your back like a backpack. You don't have to worry about the sling being in the way, especially if you're actually going to have to go hands-on with somebody. You don't have to worry about the sling coming around the front. It's going to be stuck to your back like a backpack. Simply bring it around, cinch it up, and deploy it. Now, one thing if you don't have time to do, you don't have time to uncinch it, hook it up to weapons catch, and you're taking rounds down an alleyway and you have to just go out, get somebody, or climb a ladder. From this position here, you would simply take the weapon, roll over your shoulder, put in your wrist and your neck, get down, drag them to safety, give them first aid. You don't have to worry about the sling being in your area of operation. The sling's going across your neck, but it's not pushing up against it, so you don't have to worry about your airflow being cut off, but you don't want to fight like this. Bring it around in front of you. You have 360 degrees, the ability to cover. And if you're going in for fighting for the weapon, and somebody grabs the weapon, and you can simply pull in and shoot him, pull it into you. If you can't get it from him, the guy is 7 foot tall, and he's a real big guy, and you can't get it from him, one thing you can do, if this is your last resort, eject the magazine, push in, shoot around into the ground, pull the rapid release buckle, draw your sidearm, and draw down on them, and now you have the ability to take action against the person that has your weapon. Now this sling, being that it is the Urban Century Hybrid Sling, also has the ability to be transformed into the E-Rush Sling, and the only difference is this speed ring right here. This speed ring allows the sling to be reconfigured or retransformed from a 2-point to a 1-point. The only difference is you have to have a mash clip for the front or an HK clip, but you can select whichever rear adapter you want. Plug the sling in, uncinch it just like you would a normal 2-point, but if you want to actually transform the sling into a single point, simply unclip the mash clip, bring it up to the ring, clip it in, and now it's a single point. So the same sling could be a 2-point, a 1-point, dedicated. It can also be a rapid transformation just simply by adding or deleting the components from it.